Okay, so I literally just removed my makeup and here we go again. Hello there! So today we have a very special quest. Once again, we're trying out majority of new makeup that is quite affordable. We got some long forgotten gems from my holidays. We got some Christmas collections. We just got some random stuff that I just got to using. And we got some pretty impressive stuff today, which I already tried. So let's clip back my hair and let's look at all this stuff. I'm going to start off with the Maybelline Fit Me Luminous and Smooth Hydrating Primer. It has vitamin E and SPF 30. No, SPF 20. But it's a relatively new primer from them that I haven't really tried yet. It smells a little bit like SPF. Oh yeah. Oh. Okay, my skin is not excited about this. I don't know if you can see, but here I have like a lot of redness happening. And that's not really the dragon, I'm pretty sure that's the primer. It doesn't look the best. It is luminous for sure. You can see the glow, but it also has like that oily SPF-y texture. Ugh. I'm not the biggest fan of that. Yeah, let's just let it sit for a minute and see what it does, because I don't have high hopes, I'm sorry, I just don't. Okay, in the meantime, let me introduce you to one of my new favorite foundations. This is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Plumping Tinted Serum with 1% hyaluronic acid. I have the lightest shade, which is from 0.5 to 2, very light. And it's a tinted serum pretty much. It's like a tinted hyaluronic acid serum, which sounds good and also performs very well. So I'm very excited to use this on camera because I've been using it all the time. And it's basically one of my favorite foundations nowadays. So I'm just gonna take this much. That's just eye base from the morning, ignore that. So hopefully you can see that my skin is nicely evened out, it's pretty glowy, and the shade match is also pretty on point, so it's quite sheer, but it actually gives me like just enough coverage. For me, this is like perfect. I wouldn't say I need any more than that. I really like the finish and it also wears really well, like surprisingly well. Next we have a concealer. This is a, let me explain, okay? This is the new Dermacal Cover Extreme Corrector with SPF 30 and it's hypoallergenic. It has the kind of sponge picture. It has the kind of sponge that the famous Maybelline concealer has. However, this sponge was very dense and I was twisting for like 5 minutes and nothing was coming out. So I squeezed the sponge with my hands a little bit and it started ripping off because there was so much product built up in the sponge and it wouldn't come through the sponge. So I basically ripped it off and yeah, so I just ripped it off and this is my concealer now. So I can twist it through this like hole at the top, but it's pretty disgusting. So like, yeah, good try Dermacal, but that was absolutely a waste of time and money for me. Yeah, but I want to try it anyway today. So I'm just going to apply it with my concealer brush. I'm not sure what I think. It's covering a lot to the point when I'm thinking, isn't this like too full coverage for me? Because it feels a little too much. It's super thick. It's like a paste. It's very thick. So if you look at this and you see the sponge and you're like, oh, this is gonna be just like the Maybelline Age Rewind, absolutely not. This is a way different type of concealer and I don't think this should be in this packaging at all. It's a weird consistency. I'm not sure how to assess this. Like, it feels a little bit unnecessarily heavy, to be honest. Yeah, it's supposed to be extreme coverage. I fully agree. It's very full coverage. Do I need that? Probably not. Even with my current very shitty sleeping schedule, I do not think I need a concealer that covers up this much. Let's powder it down and we will see how it all looks and stands. I don't have any new powder, so I'm just going to powder down my face and I'll be right back. I feel like the under eyes look a little bit heavy. And I also feel like the concealer emphasizes the texture a little bit. I have quite textured under eyes, so it's nothing new for me. Also, my eyes are starting to sting a little bit. That's a bad sign. That's SPF-y sting. Well, we'll see what happens in a minute. The worst case scenario is usually that I have to take the whole face off and start over, but let's hope that's not gonna happen. However, I already know that this is not gonna be for you if you have sensitive eyes to SPF. Absolutely not. Let's just continue with some other stuff. I don't have any new eyebrow pencil, so I'm just gonna take the Max Factor Real Brow Fiber Pencil. It's very chunky, but I really like the color. This is like a very simple brow, and I'm going to take this. I'm not sure if it's new or not, but it caught my attention, I got it, and it actually turned out to be amazing. So this is the Revolution Brow Glue, looks like this. It's in the shade Clear, and it's actually incredible. This is the first hard hold eyebrow gel I've ever seen in the drugstore. This may not be for everyone, but I personally really like a brow gel. When I put it on, it stays. Like the brows actually get covered, they harden, they dry, and they just are stiff into place until I decide to remove it. That's exactly what I like in my brow gel, and this is the first affordable one that actually does this for me. It dries down for a minute, but it's actually clear, it doesn't leave any residue in the eyebrows, and it is just great. It just dries a little bit longer than my other eyebrow gels. And I'm going to take this. This is the Sample Beauty Erase and Boost Base. I recently got this at Beauty Bay, and it's supposed to be like an eyeshadow base and concealer, something kind of like an all-in-one product. So I think we should maybe use it as an eyeshadow base today, because why not? I actually feel like the base is surprisingly pigmented. It is a little bit sticky, but you can kind of feel it there as well. It's kind of a little bit movable. Not sure what I think yet. And now let's go to the start of this day, literally. This is the Rival Loves Me Gimme More Glitter eyeshadow palette. This is from the newest holiday collection. It looks so freaking cute. I was very intrigued by this palette mostly because of the shimmers. I mean, the color story is it's cute, it's not bad. It's a little bit more festive, right? We got some burgundies, we got some reds, oranges, browns. Kind of neutral, but not really. Okay, there are like multiple finishes. So I would say that there are 4 mattes, these 4. Then we have 3 kind of like satin, almost metallic, which are these 2 in the middle, and then the dark one. And then we have 2 absolutely beautiful, like gel shimmers. If you have the Fenty palette, that's the shimmer formula. It's very similar, it's beautiful. So let me just swatch the shimmers for you, so you know what got me hooked at the drugstore. Of course I have the direct light, but even in person they're incredibly beautiful and reflective. Like, I'm really not making it up. Yeah, the light is exaggerating it a little bit, but I would say it's equally as pretty in person. So this is our palette for today, so I'm just gonna go do something fun and I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back, and I don't know what I think about this look. This just went south. If you look at the quality of these eyeshadows, I wanted to buy it because of the shimmers. Look at them. Those are insanely reflective. One bad thing about this palette is that these extremely like gel metallics don't mix well with these. So if you try to build the structure and use some of the less metallic shades to build it, and then add the shimmer, it's just gonna be a whole mess. And they don't really mesh together, but they did work very well with the mattes. You know, just don't really mix the formula as stupidly as I did. Let's just say this looked very good in my head and it doesn't look as good on my face. However, it doesn't really matter. We wanted to test the eyeshadow. We did. It's really good. Yeah, the shimmers are absolutely stunning. The mattes are very nice, like very, very nice. And yeah, the metallics are a little bit underwhelming. Maybe if I didn't use the super metallic shimmers, they would look a little bit better. But I think we need a little bit more, something extra. So I really wanted to use this. So let's add some glitter to this, shall we? This is the Rival Loves Me Beyond the Shadows transparent pigment base. This is basically a glitter glue, and I really wanted to try it out because there are not many glitter glues at the drugstore. So I wanted to see how it performs, and I usually use the glue from NYX, so let's see if this is any good. I'm just gonna be using with some super old Essence pigment that I just found. And there's like this old trick. Always use the brush you use to pick up the base to apply the glitter. And it's actually incredibly helpful. Okay, is it looking better now or is it just looking more bedazzled but still bad? I can't tell. It's a little bit more festive. I'm not sure if that's a good thing, but I mean, while we're at it, let's just yeah. It's Monday 11:38 and I'm just sticking little pieces of plastic on my face. We're just going insane at this point, but it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna take the Catrice Brush Ink Tattoo Liner, one of my favorite liners ever made. I did my best. Let's try a new mascara, shall we? So this is the Catrice Lash Changer Volume Mascara. It's fairly new. I'm not sure if I tried it yet, but let's see what it does for my lashes. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it yet. It's a little extravagant and a little messy, you know the drill, but I really like the glitter glue. It feels very like sturdy and secure, and if I touch all my glitters. Okay, there's like a couple on my fingers. A majority of places, nothing's coming off. That's a good sign. Let's continue with the complexion, okay? We can save the day, we can do it. Okay, I'm going to bronze my face. This is the, I think new, yeah, I think it's new. This is the Essence Bronze Your Way palette. There is the Choose Your Highlighter or something like that, Choose Your Glow palette. There is the Essence Choose Your Glow palette. This is like its bronzing sister. So I cannot wait for the blush version, but here you get like a nice mirror at the lid, and then you get 3 bronzers. We have the shade Downtown Bronze, which is this nice like light, more cool toned one. Then we have Major Bronze, which is a very glowy, almost like a highlighty shade. And then we have Tropical Bronze, which is a little bit more warm and a little bit deeper than the first shade. Is this palette very inclusive? No, not at all. I almost feel like majority of people could use these as like setting powders. Let's try it out. So what am I feeling? Am I feeling cooler or warmer? I think I'm feeling a little bit warmer. I'm gonna take my bronzer brush and I'm gonna go in with the shade Tropical Bronze. I've got a feeling this is more like a summery bronzer shade for me, because I do look a little bit too sun-kissed for my Christmassy vibes. And then I have two very special products I totally forgot about and I picked up on my vacation. So I wanted to talk about them. Yes, vacation back in summer. This is the Krash Kosmetics Blow Blush and Glow Blush. And it's this absolutely stunning blush duo. I have the shade Hot Tangerine. And this is honestly one of the nicest blushes I've ever used. It's so good. One of them is matte, but it's like the beautiful silky matte. And this is like a more shimmery one, but it's not glittery. It just gives you like a very nice sheen. So I'm just gonna take one of my brushes and I think we're already shimmery enough. So I'm just gonna go for the matte side. I went too heavy. Okay, did I overdo it? Yes. But it's going so well with the sun-kissed look, I'm sorry. But it's not like that heavily pigmented. I just built it up a little bit unnecessarily much. I really like it. If you can get your hands on these, please do. Because they're quite affordable and they're just incredible. And while we're at Krash Kosmetics, this is the Slate 2.0 Glow. Look at that. This is a collab with Goty Makeup, G-O-T-Y? I don't fucking know. But this is a beautiful highlighter. It's very chunky, very glittery, but very reflective. So you just kind of gotta own it if you want to wear it. So let's go. I think it really fits our vibe today. Yeah, but again, it's beautiful. It's quite a unique formula. It's a little bit more... It's like a little bit more chunky than most of my highlighters and it's really beautifully reflective. If you live in a country where they actually sell Krash Kosmetics, go and get it because it's absolutely fabulous. And next time I'm going to Spain, I'm buying literally everything. So I'm gonna try this. This is the L'Oreal, I don't know what is it called. It's one of like creamy lipsticks and it's in the shade Be Innovative. Dang, that's a good formula. It's nice. It's almost like a gloss, but it's not really a gloss. I'm missing like a little oomph. Let's take this oomph. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this. What are you? Daring Knight from NYX. Much better. I'm sorry. I just love a gradient lip. So I'm just gonna set my face and show you what we're looking at. So this is our finished look. A little wild, for sure. We had fun. I had fun. It was messy as hell and there's glitter everywhere. So majority of this wasn't first impressions exactly. But if I were to give you like my honest opinions, but I mean, yeah, the eyeshadow is a mess and there is glitter everywhere and the lip is for some reason incredibly shiny, but there are some good products in this face. So let's just do a little recap. The primer, my eyes are still stinging a little bit. If you're sensitive to that and you cannot have SPF near your eyes, just don't. This is very good, as I already said. I quite like it. The Dermacol, please Dermacol, change the packaging. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. My under eyes look pretty... No, they look very shape tapey and that's wrong. I would much rather have a concealer that's gonna cover less, but look a lot better than something like this, which is like a toothpaste for your under eye bags and then it looks weird in a couple minutes, so no thank you. Yeah, the powders I used were my tried and true. The eyebrow gel I really like. I mean, if you could, I wish you could touch my eyebrows. That's a very weird thing to say, but I wish you could because they're literally like glued. They're not gonna move anywhere. I mean, I didn't really have any problems with the eyeshadow base, so I guess it's fine. I'm not sure about the longevity, but working with the eyeshadow was actually fairly easy on it and I like that it's quite pigmented. And I also like that they do it in multiple different shades, so you can buy a shade for like your concealer, you can buy a different shade for your eye base, you can buy like a very light shade if you really want to do some nice creative looks and you want those colors to pop more. It's a good thing, it's a good idea, and I like the amount of product you get as well. So far I'm like, yeah, I think it's a good idea. I'm just not sure if it's for me yet. Yeah, the palette is very nice. I must say, I am quite surprised because Rival kind of has like a very mixed eyeshadow quality, but I would almost say this is worth it just for these two shimmers because those are just incredible. Just the formulas don't really mesh together sometimes, but to be quite honest, if I wasn't trying to try out as many shades as possible, I would probably never think of using all of those shades together. Also, the pigment base, I think this is very good. It's slightly tinted, but it doesn't really show on the skin. So it's more like a little bit pearly, like a pale yellow shade, something, you know, very similar. A lot of bases actually look like that. And I would say it's nice. Like, yeah, the glitter's still there. Still nothing on my fingers. So I think this is comparable to the NYX glitter base because this is actually very similar and about half the price. Oh yeah, the mascara, I'm not sure. I used it once before and it was smudging very badly, but right now it's fine. So I'm a little bit on the fence because I don't want to recommend it yet because I don't know if it's not gonna smudge like crazy in a couple hours. But in a couple hours, I'll be already sleeping, so nobody cares. And the other products we use for the complexion, the bronzer palette, I think it's nice. I'm just not entirely sure if they shouldn't have like 3 or 4 different versions of it because this is a weird color scheme. The tropical bronze shade, the shade that I used was clearly a little bit too dark for me. The lighter shade is a little bit too light sometimes and a little bit too cool toned. And this one is really like a full-on shimmer. So like it's not bad. I think it needs a little bit more work maybe and a little bit more variance. And these from Krash Kosmetics, I just love. I mean, this is like one of my favorite blushes at the moment. And I kind of regret I didn't get more shades because they had some beautiful, beautiful shades. And this highlighter, I mean, it's not something I reach for on the daily because it's one of those like really fabulous, kind of chunky, but like glittery and very luxury looking highlighters. So it doesn't really go with my tinted serum colorful liner out of the door look, but it's really beautiful and it's very unique and I don't really have anything like this in my collection, so that's why I like it because it's different. For me, this is nice, like a collection thing because it's just different. And then for the lip, this is giving me very mixed thoughts. So shiny. I don't know why, because it doesn't have any glitter in it, but it literally looks like there's glitter in it, and I don't understand. Okay, I'm gonna swatch it. I'm gonna swatch it on my hand. Does it have glitter? No, it doesn't. No, I just think it's extremely reflective. And I put a little bit of the matte lipstick on top and it's extremely reflective. Makes no fucking sense. So I don't know what is going on. I'm not the biggest fan of this color on me. I'm just not into reds and pinks, I guess. So why did I buy this? We'll never know. The formula is nice. Oh, wait a minute. It does transfer, but very minimally. Almost like it dries and is shiny, and then when you like touch something, the shine goes away, but the color's still there. Okay, so this feels a little bit like a gloss lipstick hybrid that's very good at staying on your lips. Good description. 10 out of 10. It kind of gives me like a lip tint vibes because it's very like watery and I almost feel like glossy lip stain is the best description for this. So apparently this is supposed to be a shiny liquid lipstick with extremely lightweight texture. True, totally true. You can moderate the intensity of it and it should be very comfortable, very long wearing, which I would say is true. I can see that. Yeah, so it's very durable and it should be very durable and shiny through the whole day. Damn, that's a good formula. I think I need more shades of this. So I think we're done. So I think that is it. We had a little bit of a roller coaster, but we got to this, whatever this is. So thank you very much for watching. Consider subscribing. And if you want to see more videos where I try out drugstore makeup, you can check out the playlist. But yeah.